Hey, all you mutant goons from beyond. We're back with an all new episode of Slashers Podcast here. And this month, if you didn't know, we're basically doing our own fucking picks here. So fuck you and fuck your mom too. So go ahead and give us a listen because we're doing what we want, baby. I'm Doug, and let's go ahead and go alphabetically down the line here with our hosts here. So that'll go ALM.
Hey goons, it's Aid.
Hey, goons, it's Lance.
And last and least, it's me, Mikey.
On the release, buddy.
No.
Oh, there we
Don't
go.
act nice to me now after what you just did in the
No one
previous
heard it or
episode.
saw it.
Yeah. So we're talking about a movie that's near and dear to my heart. Something that I'm very happy that is on Tubi now. This is the only place you can find it. And I think by the time this episode comes out, Unearthed Films will be releasing the official Blu-ray for the first time in America because this has only ever had a VHS release. There's a DVD, but it's like severely cut. But yeah, it's this movie scared the shit out of me. I saw this back when I was in the military. No, back when I was in college. So I was doing like film studies and stuff. And I watched this in a dark garage. I didn't really know what to expect. I liked the cover of it. I'm like, oh, this looks like a Hannibal Lecter ripoff. And when I saw it, oh man, like this is what I call a livid movie. But yeah, so this is Confessions of a Serial Killer. And it was from 1985. But funny thing is, it didn't really come out until the early 90s. And that's when they made that cover to kind of mimic Silence of the Lambs to get video rentals to rent this out. But yeah, it was a movie that never really got off the ground. And an interesting thing about it is Robert Burns. He did the production design on this, and he plays the Henry Lee Lucas character, the titular character, as Mikey said there. And do you guys know who Robert A. Burns is?
Mm,
Oh, come on, this is good trivia.
the
Well,
guy in the movie.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's the
yeah.
killer in the movie, right? But
He's the
well,
killer in the movie. Yeah, yeah,
but
come
he's
on.
something. What else is he in? I've seen him before.
Oh, well, not necessarily what he's been in, but he was the guy that designed everything in the house. He was the one that made all the furniture for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one. So, so
Ah,
he's the one that made all that furniture, all those bones, the house, grandpa's makeup, all that stuff.
Oh, that's
So
cool
oh
as
my
hell.
God! So you must be fanning your nuts for this one then, Doug,
I
huh?
was, yeah, and the thing is, like, he wasn't even supposed to be the Henry Lee Lucas character in here. It was supposed to be someone else, but when they got around to filming, he's like, sorry guys, yeah, I don't think I could be in the movie because I have to like go to work at the factory. Because Henry Lee Lucas, which was kind of funny. Have you guys like seen any biopics or anything on him before?
No.
No,
Just
Just
the
the one
the
with Michael
portrait.
Rooker.
Michael
Yeah.
Rook. Oh yeah. See that? Ding ding, you hit the nail on the next head. But yeah. Before everyone says, "Oh, this movie's just a rip off of Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer." Well, this came out. This was made a year before Henry, and I do like Henry, but I feel like this movie now that's getting a Blu-ray release and it's on Tubi. You guys listening? Definitely check this one out because this is a fucking creepy ass movie. There's not a lot of movies that get under my skin, but this one did. Now, when I told you about this film, what was your guys' like? Were you guys as shocked as I was? I just want to hear your like opinion when after you watched it. We won't go into the movie, just yet, but I just want to hear your initial reaction. Like, oh my god, like it wasn't like oh my god, but were you guys as unnerved as I was?
My plan, because I have to be tactical when I watch these things. I have two 6-year-olds in the house. Well, a 6 and a 7-year-old. And it's not just this movie, it's any horror movie I watch. So I always have to either watch it when they're in bed or whatever. And luckily on Saturdays they sleep in early. I mean in late. So I was watching it. I was like, I'm gonna put it on Saturday morning because Friday night I was just doing a lot of stuff. So I put it on a Saturday morning and it was like first thing and I was watching it and Adam was awake and he was watching it. And I was like, I don't feel like this is a morning movie. Like I don't feel like watching a
What?
I don't feel like watching a collection of rape and murders the first thing in the morning on a Saturday. So
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I too watched it in the morning because I was like, okay, well, this is a Doug choice.
so she got her flower
So
out.
no, well,
She set the tone.
well, because if Dan's home, I mean, I can watch it, but like ever
Have to
since,
deal with this commentary.
listen, Necromantic, I think it was a very,
Trying time for him.
Yes. And so I think that
I could
I'm
be
like,
replaced.
oh yeah, I guess that too. But yeah, no. So I was like, I didn't know what the hell to expect with this one, especially considering that you were saying that they compared a lot to Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, which we know, and that's when I was doing my research. Obviously, that movie came out after this one, but they didn't really release it right because they didn't want it to be compared, and it still was compared. And I think that the cover behind me is very deceiving because he never once wears that. I will say a couple of things. I was worried about what it was going to be, but I knew it was a Doug movie. So I did it in the morning after Dan went to work. I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and put the movie on. I'll do my notes. I'm watching it. And when things were, and I don't know if Tubi cuts anything out. So I'm thinking that because I was looking at the run times and that there's some run times for the film are 89 minutes. Some of them are 95. So I think Tubi, either A, Tubi's cutting things out, or B, maybe I'm just so desensitized at this point that I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. I have no idea. It is scary. It's disturbing. Trigger warning for any women listening to this, especially if you're a survivor of assault, this may not be the film for you. But if you've
To say the
watched,
least.
if you sat through, and because I remember when I watched the first time I watched Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. This was back in the day, and I was dating a guy who was in a band, and he was always like, they went to like Jacksonville or something to play a show, and I couldn't go because I had to work or I had class. I forgot what it was, so I had the whole house to myself. And we had Netflix back in the day. Remember when you would order Netflix in the mail and you would get the DVDs in the mail? And I was like, oh, I was going through the list of all the horror movies, and I was like, all right, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, because I saw Michael Rooker and I love him, and I was so excited. And I watched that by myself in the dark, alone in this house by myself. I was so fucking disturbed. Like, you have no idea how much, like, that little scratch off I have hanging up where there's like 100 movies on it that we got from
Yeah.
Atomic Horror. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm rewatching all the movies. So when I rewatch it, I'll just scratch it off because otherwise everything would be scratched off. And I got to Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, and I told Dan, I'm like, I'm not rewatching this fucking movie. Scratched it off the whole way. I refuse to rewatch that movie. I refuse. So Doug, you scared me because I was like, why? Why do I have to really? Because I mean, it's. Ugh. But anyways, sorry. I know I'm like rambling. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet now.
No, that's good. I think that's what this movie calls for because I feel like it's a good reactionary movie afterwards. But yeah, what did you think, L Man?
You know, I actually I thought it was cool because I was like, it was one of those things where it's basically just like almost like a Tales from the Crypt, but like a documentary style. Where he's basically the crypt keeper talking to these other people in a room. You know what I mean? Telling them all his stories about what he did. And like just going on with stuff, and they're like just sitting there, and they're supposed to be normal, and then when it leaves and comes back kind of deal. So like for me, it was like that was what it was. It was like a weird Tales from the Crypt story time, but like from a different time frame. Like from like I guess the 70s, basically. Like, I mean, is that yeah? So like, I thought it was really cool, and I was like, oh, okay, this is rad. Like, I mean, for me, it's like again, I'm like Eddie was saying, I'm very desensitized to a lot of things. So I mean, half of me is like, cool, whatever, that happens. You know what I mean? Like, sucks to suck. Like it's like it is what it is. Those things happen. Maybe you shouldn't. Put your thumb out to get a ride like that, or it's
Well,
like
Oh,
what
so
I
it's
want
the
to
girl's
know,
fault.
I didn't say that, and
yeah,
that was the only person to put his thumb out. There was the guy
but what I
always
want to
trying to
know,
make it
Doug,
bad.
I'm just curious because after watching this movie, and maybe this is my fault because I've known you guys for so long at this point. So, Doug, what the hell is it about this movie that creeps you out? Because I feel like it's a good movie. I think, in my opinion, I like it better than Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Why can I say that? Because I can rewatch this one. Like, this one, I think has good rewatchability. Like, it's very interesting listening. Like, Robert A. Burns does a very good job at being this character. And so, and I actually went through the Wikipedia. I looked through the whole story. Like, a lot of the things in this film are true. Like,
Yeah.
this like that with the cops and all this stuff. So for Doug, my question to you is, what the hell is it that disturbed you? Because I need to know what's
Yeah.
going on in your mind, Doug, because you're different than so many of us.
I definitely thought it was gonna be way worse than what I got. And like I guess I think I hold your opinion, Doug, on like a higher level. When you say something like creeps you out, I literally when you said that, I was like, oh shit.
I know, and
That's
I
gotta
was
be
dreading
something
it.
major
I was
here. Like I was
literally
like, whoa.
dreading it. Yeah.
And then when I watched it, I was like going, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, here's the weird thing about it. I thought about it too. I'm like, what? When I remember the first time I seen this, and it's just unnerving me so much. And what it is, it's like the performance of Moon Luton and like the two killers. Like for example, it's not like them going like, yeah, like when they kill someone. It's just literally like I don't want to say like Robert Burns was playing it like autistically, but it's just that tone of like, oh, well, shit, we're in a gas station. Let's just blow this guy's head off here. Oh, his wife's back there. Let's go, just go kill him. I don't care. It's just like the
Yeah.
whatever of it. And I think that's why the last line of the movie got to me. And then when they get to Molly, who's like the cousin, see in real life, Molly, what's even creepier, he married Moon's, because Molly
Sister,
was
right?
Moon's sister, but in real
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
she was 11 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
She was a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But she was a psychopath too.
She was
So
doing weird shit, and that's why she had to like, didn't they send her away or something? Like, the family had sent her
She
away, and
was
then
helping them, right?
yeah, she was helping him. She was prostituting though. So
yeah, so she was doing all of these things. She that's why she got sent away, because she was like whoring herself out or something at 11 years old. So
mhm.
she had a lot of issues.
I think one of the best entrance to a character is literally in this movie where Moon comes in because you didn't even expect another person to be in the back seat when that girl has the upper hand and you think, oh, this will be the end of this, or like you wonder how he gets out of it because you're thinking, obviously he's talking about this, he's obviously lived past this point, he's talking about a story, but like legitimately horror movie wise, that's probably one of the best entrance to another character where he ends up like breaking her neck, like just comes out of nowhere from the back seat. Like I was not expecting that, and I was like, oh shit. I wasn't like totally jump scared by it, but I was definitely like, oh my god, like where did that guy come from? Like holy shit. And I think that was probably one of the coolest scenes, honestly.
But it's also indicative too, because he does reveal that like he and Moon had some sort of relationship, right? Yeah.
Moon and I had the
So
sex.
They do finger stuff. Jeez,
so
Mikey.
and he's like, well, I knew he was homosexual. And I'm thinking to myself, well, aren't you? Like, and it's fine. That's not the I don't
Jailhouse rules.
I don't know what the issue was, because I'm thinking, is this a character just based on the movie? Because obviously I went back and did a bunch of research on this man, and his life was awful. Like his childhood was horrible.
Yeah.
And we talk about that nature versus nurture. And this is, I think, why serial killers are like so fascinating to people. I'm not big on serial killers in general because I know that these things actually happen. And that's why I don't watch true crime. I don't do any of that. But like, is it worse? The way he treated women and the way he talked to them and how he viewed them, was it because he was more ashamed of his sexuality, or is he just, does it matter? Like, do these things, I don't know. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about that.
I don't think they gave it any merit. I think Doug, you mentioned the IQ of Otis. Um, I don't think
Maybe.
I don't think they think about it, because when I was researching it, they were like, yeah, they met at a soup kitchen and they started a relationship based off of like mutual attraction. It's like a conversation Lance and I had earlier. Like, whoever's getting sucked isn't the gay one. I'm just kidding.
I was like, oh.
That's what you get for disappearing.
Wow. The preview of LA to come.
No, I don't think they thought about it. I mean, if you are looking at these people as just empty shells that have a strong urge to murder, I mean, that's kind of what brought them together. I don't see them having the same thought process as, if I mess around with someone, that could make me gay. Whereas it's like, I don't and like I'm not trying to be mean, but if you look at pictures of what these guys look like in reality,
They're fucking ugly.
yes. Um, not Jeff, Henry, like one of his eyes is always closed. Very, very weird
Yeah,
looking.
because he doesn't have an eyeball.
Oh,
His mom beat the shit out of him. Like his mom would abuse him.
yeah,
So she beat him so badly that his eye was like protruding out of his head,
yeah.
and she did nothing about it. And so he was at school one day, he got in trouble at school, and the teacher hit him on the face with the ruler, and his eyeball popped.
Ooh, gross.
And so he had a glass eye.
Yeah. Well,
So,
and
I
like,
mean, he was being beat from everywhere.
but it seems like even with that kind of history, also, like, I don't see these guys having very many relationships. Well, and also, if you are a lonely person and you're obsessed with something like death, and then you meet someone that's friendly and they have the same interests, you might be more willing to be like, oh, maybe I'll get my needs filled with this person because they're like me and I don't get attention from anyone else. So that's my thinking.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Because I think they didn't go past like a third grade, even maybe they didn't go past like an elementary school education.
If anybody wants to learn about the actual like Henry, whatever, my suggestion is actually go read about it, because it is just such a great character study. Like he was so abused as a child, and then he does these horrific things. So I think, is this abuse a result of him being like desensitized, like we are, right? Desensitized about like from human feeling and human comfort, and just not getting that, like, oh, my mother loves me, my parents or whatever. Because I mean, it's disgusting. Like his father is paralyzed or amputee. I think his father was double amputee, actually.
Yeah, it was double amputee. Yeah, and then imagine your dad double amputee, and then you're a little kid and you see him blow his brains out right in front of you in the next room. So
And he couldn't do anything. Like his mother was a prostitute because I guess they needed the money, and then the father would just sit in the other room and listen. Kids are being abused. Like it's disgusting. And like, and I guarantee you, these asshole people probably still went to church on Sunday.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably what some of the abuse was. You need to pray to Jesus. Here you go. Go to church.
And the
How
teacher
dare you?
smacking him in the face with the ruler like that. Like, even if I lived back then as a teacher, I don't think I could ever just hit a kid like that. Like,
I would.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, listen, if it was my kid, I'd get my goddamn shoe. But like, you're not my kid. So,
And there's the Puerto Rican.
what?
As always, we rely on the support of our listeners. We want to give a special shout out to our amazing Patreon members: Josh Gunn, Pew Pew, Austin Proctor, open up that asshole, we're going in. Dinosaurs will always be awesome. So if you got big boners, dinosaurs will always be awesome. Lorene Ellis, hi mom.
Don't
Kevin
go for my
Leamy,
mother.
I'll shake a beer to you, good sir, an Irish gentleman at Labatt Clubs, or whatever, wherever you go. Labatt Blues, I think that's what you like. Vladimir Lewis, welcome, Mr. Putin. Johnny Miller, you know, you got alcohol named after you. Johnny Walker, Blue Label, oh yeah. Leslie Thurman, oh yeah, Leslie, you're the man, and thanks for producing some of Death Bitch there. But Leslie, I'll fan my nuts just for you on B Movie TV, because I know you got that Roku on 24/7. And Cam, that's right, this ain't no just regular Cam girl, this is Cam. Yeah, Cam, you know who you are. You got the one with the badass vest, making all the moves, making everyone's vagina lips quiver on the lines with those with that sweater vest. Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah. And so head over to our Patreon and join the likes of these amazing folks, and I could give you a very vulgar and grossly offensive shout out. Thank you.